Howdy folks, and welcome back to another Star Wars Starship episode. And in this episode I'm going to be talking about the Gozanti class cruiser. Now, the Gozanti class cruiser was a corellian design. It was brought into service for small to medium-sized shipping operations who were concerned about pirate attacks, and was particularly popular during the Clone Wars because of their upturn in pirate activity that accompanied the galactic instability. Now, the Separatists even used the Gozanti cruiser as a military support vessel. Now, despite its size, the Gozanti cruiser could be defined as a light freighter because, surprisingly, it had a smaller than expected internal hold. Among the most popular later modifications to the civilian version, apart from beefing up the sublight engines, were the external cargo modules and related equipment that allowed additional cargo to be carried on the wings of the vessel. The small interior was due to the space frame being far stronger than the basic design required, and the upgraded hull plating. Even the engines were armoured. The result was a freighter that could handle a fair amount of punishment, and the ships also carried significant defensive weaponry. To prevent them being used for piracy, the standard engines were distinctly underpowered. The majority of freight operators used the Gozanti cruiser as a support vessel for other weaker transports, or for transporting particularly valuable cargo. And there is one Gozanti cruiser that gained quite a lot of notoriety, and that was the Krayt's Honor. It was commanded by a Keldor by the name of Siko Vas. Now, on the exterior, the ship looked, to all intents and purposes, just like any other Gozanti cruiser. But that, however, was a ruse. In fact, the Krayt's Honor actually possessed military-grade shields and equally illegal weaponry, most of which were hidden away until required. Its sublight engines too had been cunningly upgraded. Now, Vas and his crew hired themselves out to protect Outer Rim merchant shipping in the later decades of the Republic, well before the Clone Wars. The ship and crew were a thorn in the side of the Trade Federation, who regularly staged pirate attacks on rival shipping firms. The Krayt's Honor mounted no less than 8 laser cannon turrets, 2 quad laser turrets, 3 turbo lasers, and had 2 proton torpedo launchers. And this was enough to allow the ship to take on starfighters and ships far larger than itself. And unfortunately, the Krayt's Honor became targeted by the Trade Federation. The crew of the Krayt's Honor were running out of options when they managed to strike gold. They were very successful in defending a yacht from a pirate attack. Vas and his crew discovered that they had actually saved Jabba the Hutt from a rival, and he offered them the sanctuary of Tatooine. And the Hutt crime lord's sponsorship meant that few bounty hunters ever troubled them again. And now, with its ease of modification, affordable production and durability, it became only natural that the Gozanti class cruiser in itself had become so popular throughout the galaxy in the days of the Old Republic. It was also natural that, after enjoying a wide-ranging career largely unaligned to any specific organization, though seeing use by many, the virtues of the design will be picked up by and adapted for the Imperial Navy. Now, the wings of the Imperial model were extended and, while no longer designed to carry external cargo modules, they carried 4 docking ports, as well as the rearmost landing gear. The ports could allow the ships to carry and refuel a TIE fighter escort on system patrols and enforcement missions. For planetary missions, the freighter could carry all-terrain defense pod walkers and other such ground vehicles like AT-ATs, dropping them into combat without having to touch down. The hull plating was strengthened, as were the shields, and while the ship lost 1 weapon hardpoint, the 2 remaining mounted far more powerful turret weapons than were legally available to civilians. Lastly, the engines were upgraded to ensure that very few similar-sized ships could outrun the Imperial ship at sublight speeds. Much of the cargo area was also given over to prison cells. To maintain security aboard the ship and to be ready for boarding actions, Imperial Gozanti cruisers carried an entire squad of 12 stormtroopers. And there you have it. That is pretty much what you need to know about the Gozanti class cruiser. It's I think just a little under 100 meters long, about 100 meters long, the ship itself. And while small, yeah, it could take a hell of a beating, and was highly popular, easily modified, and like the Krayt's Honor, easily modified so it can take even more of a pounding and dish it out quite a bit too. So while small, it was speedy and a tough little ship. And yeah, so if you like the video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to keep up to date with all my latest videos, and I'll talk to you all in the next one, guys. Catch you later.